Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. It's been a very long time since I last did a video. We're going to be going back to City Skylines today, which I haven't played for an awfully long time, if I'm honest. I uninstalled the game um, just simply because of not playing it and just leaving room to make up space on my Xbox. But I've cleared off a few more games, and I got inspired to play City Skylines again by a particular YouTuber called Corrupt Nerd. Really good. Quite obsessive with the detailing, but otherwise has inspired me to start a new city today. So we're just gonna get into this nice and easy. I haven't done it for a while. I'm not doing the webcam today for a change, and just keeping it to the voice and focusing in on the game. Reason for not streaming for such a long period of time. One, obviously, work commitments and family commitments and so on and so forth. But also as well, like I've been playing a lot of DayZ. I don't know whether anybody actually plays it, but um, it's a game that I've focused a lot of time and attention into. And if you want to see streaming of that nature in the future, I'll be more than happy to do it. I've got a really good faction of people around me, and we can create some pretty cool stories, I think. But ultimately, I started out on Twitch um, and did a few streams here and there, and I still haven't even got 50 followers or whatever. But you know, you've got to start somewhere, right? So we're gonna. I've got the game on pause. We have moved into, I think it's the Diamond Coast area, and we've created Jiffshire Bay. Reason for choosing this tile, I really like the obviously access to the water, and there's a bay and tiles that we can buy up into over here, which could be really good. But I want to start small. One of my biggest issues is just throwing stuff down, getting the population up, and almost completing the game before you need to, if that makes sense. And then you have lag issues and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try and take a little bit of advice from essentially other YouTubers, Twitchers, whatever, content creators, and try and play this a bit slower than I normally would. Not zoning things out a little bit more sporadically, perhaps, than what I would usually do. So we've got the Anna Clark and Evergreen Highway running through Jiffshire Bay. So I don't believe I have access to highways. I do not. I've got small roads. I haven't even got medium roads yet. So we've got to start small here. Um, so let's have a little think. Like, see, it's a big link road. Ultimately, one day I want highways rolling through this entire area. Stop giving me hints. It isn't my first rodeo. Um, so if we look, I've got hotkeys now. But anyways, I'll work that out later, the whole tile thing. I'm sure I'll work that out as time goes on. I feel really rusty. I had a lot of hours in the game, but not as many recently. Like I said, I've just reinstalled. So I guess an absolute bare minimum, we connect those two roads and we've got the highway linked up to Jiffshire Bay. Now, one thing I need to take into account is water. So if we go to utilities, I'm going to need water. Which way is the water flowing? It's flowing to the south. So on that basis, I want the pump on this end and the sewage on the other. So water pumping station, let's start off and get these utilities in before we actually move people into the area. But there's, you know, quite a bit of pipe work to be doing there. But I think initially we just need a small road that essentially connects all the amenities, and then do a small little grid section of low rise, low density buildings, and let that eventually build up. We also need to work out a solution to power. So let's get the bulldozer out of my way. So we've got wind turbines at this point, or a coal power plant. So I've got 64k in the bank. I'm going to have to do a little bit of infrastructure. Maybe I'll start with the roads and then decide whether I go straight coal or wind. Ideally, I want to stay green if I can. or to, you know, a certain populace, and then we can consider other avenues in terms of our energy solution. I know that we can buy it in. That's usually a surefire way to lose a lot of money for the city in terms of loans and debt. So what I'll do, I'll bring a road all the way down to these amenities, and eventually I'm just going to have, like, you know, a bit of industry, perhaps a dump or garbage disposal, whatever. Garbage disposal. Yeah, that's, oh, hang on. Had 4-lane road. Oh, is it once I built a certain amount of roads? Oh, never mind. That's actually okay. I can build the proper roads as we go along. But as long as I can get this all hooked up with electricity and also sewage. So let's connect those bad boys together. Bosh. And then if we just bring this in and we'll make it follow the entirety of the road, and we'll get coverage front to back there. So we're going to have to ultimately look to grid this out as we build the infrastructure. But yeah, I'm quite excited about building a new city. It's been like over a year since I last played. So let's get on with it. So I guess initially I want to focus on having a little bit of industrial that's going to build up in this kind of realm. And then we'll just have some low density buildings along here. Then maybe at the end, just pop in some low density zones for commercial and just let it build up and see what happens. And let's see how much money I've got left. I've got 47k in the bank. So in terms of utilities, electricity, do we go dirty coal or do we go wind initially? Be interesting to see what people think there. Only that I've got one viewer at the moment, but it is what it is. But dirty coal doesn't feel like it's going to be suitable at this point in time. We've actually got, you can see from these contours, there's no wind here. Nice wind, and then you can see the estimated production does increase as you get into these blue areas. So maybe where I'm doing the rest of this industrial, I just whack pylon there. Not a pylon, a wind farm, sorry, and then put a set of pylons on the back and then hope this all builds up, and then this will link up eventually later. So we'll do that to that, and then hopefully we'll just press play now. We've got basically everything that we need to start beginning the city. Please tell me if I need to get my levels right. That sounded really loud, that chirp. In fact, I'm going to deal with that now. Audio settings. Yeah, chirper volume. That can get in the bin. Let's put that down to 5 at a minimum. Sorry if that deafened anybody. Yeah, it's a little bit more bearable. So anyways, we'll see if people start moving into the city, building up, which they are, which is positive. And I obviously want to get other amenities in pretty quickly, like an elementary school, maybe some medical, but yeah, ultimately we have 0 people living in Jiffshire Bay at the moment, so yeah, that's a little bit in the future. I want to try and play this slow. Like I said, I've got a habit of building really, really quickly without any real thought, but you know, try and build a metropolis as quick as you can, right? But then you have a laggy mess. So I want to kind of take it slow, think about infrastructure, build up my pot of money. Eventually, I am making a $407 loss, but hopefully, once taxation is in, then that's all good. I'm not even sure whether I can control those things until I'm at a certain population. So just let the game play out. Maybe speed this up a little bit, get these building. Because people are moving in, allegedly, but still 0 in the pot. So what have we got building up here? There's some nice little homes. Still, apparently nobody lives here, despite getting the icons that people are moving in. We got a little convenience store, drug store going in straight away. What's being built on the corner? A neighbourhood shop. Perfect. The amenities that our Sims need. Right, pop. And we've already got Frank's Fish Stick Factory. In fact, we've got two of them. So good luck to Frank and his entrepreneurship. And ready to wear. So real average. Yeah, very, very average things. Where's that going on in terms of the zoning? Oh, so that's complete. Oh, that's why they're going up in singles because of this pylon. I will sort that out at a later date. I'm going to let the city build up. Yeah, we got a bigger unit going in there. I think that we can go as many as 5 deep, if memory serves correct. But it might be 4 on the Xbox version, which we are playing. So, see how it goes. As per usual, I know that PC's better, but Xbox does do a job. And I am playing keyboard and mouse, so not struggling too much, but you know, the ability to detail and go into really, really sort of in-depth stuff is less applicable on this game. But you know, I'll try my best to create a nice city. Again, we're starting with a very, very basic L. And just going to see how that all goes, I guess. Got 169 people in the town now, plus 24 on yesterday. Still not really in a good way for financially. We are losing a little bit of money, but that's not the end of the world. Oh, okay. Sewage issues already? Oh, well, yeah. If there's no electricity being provided, that's probably the reason, right? So let's get that sorted. Hopefully we don't have any more people upset, and that will just clear itself down as electricity goes to the water plant or the sewage pump. It's still going up. Okay. Problem resolved. Very early on. So we got some nice industry going in. We got demand for actually quite a little bit more industry, believe it or not. So maybe we just sort of complete this district, bring that down the hill a touch. And then we kind of want these buildings going back to back, right? So if I do it from there to there to there. Okay, so that's not going to allow me to do everything in the middle. But maybe I can do something cool with that, or just fill it in with other stuff at a later date. Just boom. They want industry, we'll give it to them. I don't really want an L bend there. I'm sure there's a way to D-zone even on the Xbox, but may stand corrected. That's driving the demand down. And then residential's going up because obviously there's more jobs. So yeah, we're getting to a point where we've got a little village going, really. 220 people living in town. You know, these are still building up. Really want to get like a decent set of highways, just slap him through the middle of that. And then if we can build out in here at some point, maybe an airport. Or, you know, down here I can do some forestry industry, which makes sense due to the forest. But do I want deforestation, or can we put some cool residential through here, or some kind of dock? Anyways, things to think about down the road, really. I'm already having issues with my water supply. Pumping capacity. Okay. What is the usage? Sure, I can find this out. Open budget. What was costing me the most? It's more likely that it isn't a lack of pumping capacity, it's a lack of pipe. And that's precisely what it is. I'll tell you what, my OCD is not going to allow that. Oh, can I snap it in? There we go. Even if it's underground, it's got to look nice, right? Okay, let's press play again. I should give these industries the water that they require. Literally having water and sewage problems immediately. Compared to some of the people that stream this game, I am an utter noob. But I've played this sort of format of game, including City Skylines for quite a bit, but this format of game since like Sim City, going back to when you're typing in on MS-DOS. Hopefully that's not too much of an indication of how old I am and should probably be doing something else. And I'm having electricity issues. Now, is that to do with a lack? Is it saying not enough electricity? Okay, so it's not a... Okay, 7 megawatt output. I'm sure that there is a panel on this where I can get all of the information up about how things are working. Is it info? Okay, so yeah, this is it. Electricity availability. So consumption 7, production 7. So I would say just up the budget, but you know, ultimately we're going to need more power at another point. So, you know, I've got 27k in the bank. I should probably buy myself another wind farm. And hopefully, when do I get up to this one? Population 2600. Okay, let's just put that in there, and that's going to sort out our power issues. I need to stop pressing pause. Apparently, it's just good to keep pressing play, but I can't help myself. I want to pause it, fix all the issues, and keep playing. So yeah, we're getting up nicely on the pop now. 311 people and increasing. Starting to make money as well, which is actually a surprise at this point in the game. I'll take that. Yeah, that is all zoned out. Maybe that's an elevation issue or a demand. It's probably a demand issue, frankly. But I do need to think about building out this neighbourhood here. So I'm actually thinking if I can. Oh, hello. Have I got highways available already? No. I've got big. I've got 6 cell roads, which is that's good. And that has a median. That's just. Oh, that does mean literally evicting someone off the rip. And these things cost a lot of money. I need to bear that in mind. However, and oh, do you know what? Because this can be redeveloped at a later point as well. So if I actually go 6 cell, I go from this central node. Oh, it's not going to let me. It's because we've got these one direction ones, right? So, oh, we do have them available. Okay. Oh, this could work. And we just build out these roads a touch. But I ultimately want a highway eventually. So if we do that, bosh, okay. I'll do the same on the other side. Don't go away, elevated roads. But I actually do want to pause briefly. Space already occupied. Hang on. Maybe we've got issues already. It is a big old boulevard I've thrown in, but I kind of want that. That's more like it. That's big. Perhaps I've got carried away already, but that is going to pay dividend down the line. I'm certain of it. I'm going to keep it small right now, but I did say I ultimately wanted a highway going all the way through. And then I can build my districts off of this and do something cool in this forested area with the rocks and whatnot. And yeah, okay. Let's just keep pressing play. Let the game play out. And I want to start putting in some, decent roads. So I've got these big ones in now, which, I need to kind of work out how to get a crossing in here without it looking stupid. Maybe we just go for the standard ones with a median. Interesting. Will it look better if I continue to extend it out? That is costing a lot of money. However, if we do that boulevard, that's going to get people... Oh, goodness gracious, the DPI is high. Well, there is like a little bit of elevation and whatnot, but yeah, this will allow to bypass this residential. Yeah, I like that a lot. That actually is going to work really nicely. So if we just do some normal roads now off of this, so essentially it filters down and it gets bigger roads, like big roads, slightly bigger roads, very, very like sort of medium roads, and then small going off of it. Might mean evicting the odd person or two. But I actually think that'll work out really, really nice. And have a load of like little offshoots. I don't really want to be evicting Sims already, and I also need to get rid of these pylons because this is building up horribly. But then again, they're small, cheap houses, so for now it will work. But those pylons have got to be removed as it all gets connected up on the grid. Oh, population of 500. How long has that taken us? Just 22 minutes into the stream. Little hamlet. So now I've got access to taxes, loans, garbage disposal, healthcare, education, and then landfill site, medical clinic, elementary school, my new buildings. So that's cool. I can start looking to implement them. But I really, really like to work on infrastructure as much as I can off the rip. Basically, looking to build small but eventually big, if you catch my drift. So what we're going to do, we're going to just go straight off this node, and we're going to do a big set of boulevard there. And then actually, I'm going to do the same the other side. I'm going to make this, like, as you come into the city, it is massive in terms of the boulevards, and it should look quite cool in theory. So if we bring that to there, maybe? And we'll keep the original road, the OG road, like it is. Just single track until it really, really needs updating when we have things like traffic issues, which no doubt will crop up at some point. That's just snapping off. Let's get rid of the... For goodness sake, okay. Yeah, that looks clean, to be fair. So, at this point, we haven't got high density res yet, and that's actually alright for the time being. Let's just fill all of this in with res. Oh, that's not going to look cool on the end. Yeah, it's a little bit like just throw it together on Xbox, isn't it, to a degree? So apologies for that if you're a die-hard City Skylines fan, where this is all a little bit too easy in comparison. But to be honest, I'd love to be able to just zone out, like sort of square by square. That would be so much better. One thing I need to take into consideration is pipe work here, which is so I can just run along each road. That usually supplies all the houses and amenities that are going to be along those sections. Cool. That works. And we've already got garbage complaints. We really need to turn the DPI down, or just be a little bit more careful with the mouse, because that is spinning quick. So where are we gonna get rid of our dirty secret? Sewage, landfill, by the coast. I mean, Maybe we just, this is the sacrificial lamb of the coast and we build something cool by these rapids eventually, where there's no water pollution. Or maybe one day I buy a couple of squares down and deal with that. But ultimately we do need garbage disposal. We need a landfill site. And it wants a roadside, but I want it to be really, really poor on the road, so I'm sure that I can get dirt paths. There it is. Gravel. And I'm just gonna sort of throw it off here like a service road, but it's actually going to be one of the nicest roads in the city because it's all across the coast. But let's not concern ourselves with that now. This is where the dirty secrets of the city are going. This is where we're doing the landfill. I'll probably throw an incinerator down here. It does generate power after all, but yeah, we'll sort of turn a blind eye to this dirty section. This is the thing about starting a new city, is that you can't really like stay clean like in the initial stages a lot of the time. You can always try, but this end, sewage, landfill, you know, we're dirty. Well, people are dirty, so we've got issues with electricity. It's going to be a pylon thing. That seems to all be hooked up. Oh, is it going to be? It's going to be a consumption issue. So yeah, I'm already considering getting something dirty like a coal power plant. 19 grand. Oh, do you know what? Just get the city pumping, and then we can think about being green. Yeah, green another time. There goes the coal. That solves a lot of power issues. And to be fair, I might actually be able to turn these off for the time being and save a bunch of money, and then I can turn them like back on when I really, really need it, because that is probably going to be producing more power than what we need on a week to week. If I go into my yeah, those wind turbines, they're merely decorational at this point. Already, I've gone coal. I'm sorry, really sorry, not sorry. Yeah, we've got these big boulevards going already, but I want this to build up into, you know, a proper downtown. You come into the city, it's like big metropolises. These initial houses, or maybe, you know, these initial houses, and then we go into the metropolis as we come in. But again, I need to think small. I need to just keep the game playing. We're earning money. We haven't got a bunch. And we're nearly at 1,000 population already. We're like coming up to 30 minutes into the stream, probably been playing for 25 with additional waffle. So yeah, we've got dirty industry here. It would be lovely to eventually get this to a clean space and maybe focus on farming in this particular region. This could be cool at some point as well. Oh, there's 1,000. A grand. Very good. A grand. 1,000 people. So we got fire, forest. Ah, here we go. Forestry and agricultural. I was literally just talking about that. So that's cool. I can start now building out industries that aren't going to be all dirty. Basically, I'm going to have a just dirty line along here, I think. With the coal, I'm probably going to put an incinerator there and keep this filthy. But maybe, like I said, we buy a tile out and we do forestry in this area, which could be really cool. But yeah, we've got new services. You know, maybe on these boulevards, as you come in, we could perhaps do with like an elementary school, or maybe we. In fact, maybe we want it on the other side because we don't want people just stopping for no reason. So if we go, so police station's 12 grand. we're getting to that sort of stage when we probably need policing. We've got medical. So that's 10 grand for the school, 10 grand for the medical, 12 for that, and the firehouse is another 12. So need to really weigh up what's more important at this point. Maybe if we have more educated citizens, there'll be less fires. That's the logic. 100% uneducated. Okay. So you what? Right by this building, and that'll put up the property prices. Bosh. There you go. You've got an elementary school. Probably more people are going to want to move in there now as well, which is ultimately only going to be a good thing. There's more demand for commercial as well. Oh, someone having oh no, someone's having a fire. Let's probably deal with that immediately. Get a firehouse. Oh, we'll probably get away with that for a bit. No, not today. So let's think about this. Probably going to be in the centre of the city. I'll probably do the same with the police station. I'll do that almost alongside this or across the road from. Have I got enough? Do you know what? I've got money for old Bill as well. So let's just put those guys straight across the road. That leaves us with 1,200 quid in the bank, or $1,200. Makes a lot of people happy. Hopefully that means that these will get moved into quicker, and also as well, it will make the place a lot safer. So it'll make the current Sims very, very happy. So let's think about this. So there is a demand for commercial. I don't really want to have people here, but people are going to want to go on the way home perhaps. So maybe I dedicate that L bend to commercial. There's demand for it. And then same here, I just have a continuation of the residential into the commercial and see what happens. Right, making a bit of money. I keep trying to use WASD rather than the arrows. I've got so used to playing on mouse and keyboard on FPS again. And also Daisy, mixture of the two. But I've been playing a lot of controller again recently, so... And these are quite cool, what we're building in here. Looks like a nice little neighbourhood, little boulevard. We've got a big road coming in already. I mean... Yeah, massively overkill for the pop. But you know what? It's going to allow all set districts. I mean, I'll do that at a later date. Once the city is filled out and I kind of know what's going on, I would suggest that this is one district here, and this is going to be another. And then we've got the dirty district, which is all of this industrial space. So I think eventually I might put a proper road in here and put a dock. Good evening. Is that Zant Hippos? Zant Hippos. Welcome. So we just started a new city this evening. So it's Jiffshire Bay. I'm trying to play it nice and slow and cool here rather than getting ahead of myself and building an absolute metropolis within a day or two and not completing the game, but just having ill force out infrastructure. I haven't played City Skylines for nearly a year now, so I got inspired by a YouTuber, Conflict Nerd, I think his name is, and yeah, some of his detailing is really, really cool, and the way he's making the infrastructure sort of work, and obviously, is it Biffy? Is that right? So yeah. So yeah, we've got things sort of humming along now. We're coming up to 1,500 people in Jiffshire Bay. I've sort of kind of went for the bigger roads already. I should probably make that into a bigger road. To be honest, with all these single houses, which wasn't a part of my zoning idea, because of the pylons going around the back, power lines. I'll get into that at a later date. So, do you know what? Let's put in a medical clinic. It's going to make us poorer, but it's going to improve the area as a whole. So let's put that there, and hopefully something big goes in. That's put a lot of happy faces, put a lot of smiles out there, so that's good. Yeah, hope your day's going good, hippos. Thanks for dropping in today. So again, we got demand just through the roof in certain aspects. Maybe we just need to start, I know it's boring, but just zoning out this particular area with some roads. Maybe we put mediums in there, keep it a little bit more simple. Is that snapping right? I don't know, but it's very, very uneven terrain. Would you say so? Oh, okay. What, the intersection's just been a bit too close in terms of traffic build-up? Or maybe we can kind of, to be fair, this section I want to sort of make sleepy. Do you know what? You got a really, really fair point there. But I am ultimately going to need some kind of intersections in places. This is going to be what it will be, because they're just huge avenues. But eventually, once I've got access to highways, these are going to be those size roads. These are all one way, these two. So that is helpful. But yeah, I think in this section you're totally right. I should probably maybe bring down the road size and reduce the amount of intersections that I have in play. So let's just do it with wide sidewalks, and perhaps I just go straight through the middle instead, like so. Few elevation issues, no doubt about it. But I reckon just keep it really, really simple and almost, that's just by eye, that is. So I'm hoping that's in the middle. Already evicting people. And then what I can do is I can just zone that out and then eventually bulk those areas out with more highways or roads that are going to connect it all up. Let's press play again. Still a demand for commercial, which is a surprise. I tell you what, just whack one in there. Why not? And I don't really want commercial lapping into the industrial. I kind of want this dirty little secret to just remain that way. I don't want to build too close. I almost want to build out here and then do something a bit nicer and some forestry work in this wooded area. And again, I have got this area with a really cool lake, so I could build this up as a smaller city and then do something really cool going into this lakeland area, or whatever you'd call it. Meteor crash, perhaps. Filled with lots and lots of rainwater. So there's 1,600 people, got landscaping, event policies, football, pet ban, smoking ban, parks and rec, schools out, subbed youth. Then I've got access to different types of road. Yes, Stuart. Good evening. Mate, I haven't played City Skylines for ages. It's so good. I've just started a new city this evening. See, I've got access to a bunch of stuff here. I'll look to put that in once I've got a little bit more, a little bit more fundage. I've only got 25,000 at this precise moment in time. But yeah, I'm going to keep this simple. I believe that my electricity consumption is still good. I'm getting close, so you know what? I'm going to turn on one of these wind turbines, just so I don't have an outage for absolutely no reason. sorts of issues. Surprise, surprise. Bosh. Yeah, it's Cities 1, Stu. I was the reason why I'm on this evening is I got inspired by this dude called Conflict Nerd. I don't know whether you follow him at all, but he's got some really, really cool builds on City Skylines 2. It's not quite out on Xbox yet, but I got kind of like not fed up of like watching hours and hours worth of like other people enjoying the game, but I thought, you know what, it's quite inspiring. Some of the detailing they do and stuff's really cool. And I'm really, really excited about playing City Skylines 2. It looks like it's going to come on Game Pass in the nearest future, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'm just playing Cities 1 for the time being. And to be honest, mate, even though it's what, 8 years old, 10 years old, still really holds up. Yeah, Biffa's really, really good. There was another dude that I was watching as well, Stuart. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but I did hit subscribe, so I'll let you know. But he was doing some really, really cool like infrastructure management and installing like this what do you call it, this massive, massive railway system, this commuter railway system, and oh, it was gnarly. He's like putting it like doing like double stacked bridges, one with the train track going under it, and then the actual vehicles going over the top. It's so cool. I think I've watched City Planner plays with you, and that's amazing. Really, really soothing voice from what I can remember. Yeah, I'm just mixing it up, Stu. You can watch me today, mate. Give us some advice on how to get this city pumping. I mean, I'm trying to like, I'm trying to go quite slow at the moment because I've got the habit of just going massive and you know, not really letting the city build up properly and actually thinking about every bit of infrastructure I'm putting in. Like first and foremost from playing this game in the past, I thought go big on the roads initially. These are like one-way boulevards, which I eventually want to turn into highways, but it sort of got me going here, and then I've built off of this. I'm kind of trying to keep it simple with a dirty little dirt road down to this filthy coal power plant and also the landfill. Oh, dude, you being serious? Standard, back from Euston. How much train tickets now? Like, I was trying to book York recently, and it was £349 each one way. It blew my mind. I know you shouldn't use big roads from the get-go, but I've made an exception for this little section here, Stu. Just let that do its thing, and I'm going to go small on all of this side and this side, but eventually I want to build this into a huge highway that then rolls south into this forest area, which I kind of want to do a bit of forestry industry in. So, but yeah, I'm not planning on extending this out. I'm kind of thinking about getting out in cells, creating a bit of a nice pattern of city, and then eventually going south. 42 return on peak. Really? Oh, mate. That's insane. It, hang on. So are you just doing train like basically stop to stop? You're like surely a travel card is more inexpensive? Surely that's more economical to get a travel card for the day, or is that 42 for a travel card? Or are you splitting it? You might find a day travel card will actually be better for you, depending on how much underground work you've got to do, Stu. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Yeah, I've got a pretty decent demand for it, haven't I? So maybe just like I'm going to leave this for the time being, but maybe just ping this out, or make. Do you know what? I'm going to go a little bit diag and different briefly, and then just create another cell, which is going to be all dirty, dirty industry, just like so. do that 135 degrees. Then what I can do, build that down to there. I can eventually make that link up. Work pays, another grid, get it done. Lucky residential. Yeah. Things like you're like me, you just want to get it like booming straight away rather than let it just hum along. I was watching a dude like sort of do detail and let his like what do you call it? Let his industry and everything like hum along in the background, and it turned out really nice. I'm just going to build that centre section for the time being, I think. Maybe just to keep maintenance low, grab myself a little dirt road. I just ping that straight through the middle as well. Bosh. And then I can zone up all of that. There you go. Very good, very nice. Why won't that snap equal? That's annoying. Doesn't matter, it's underground. Oh, that... Do you know what? I don't know why, but I've got to fix that. Okay. Can already build canals. Not interested. It's pretty cool. Maybe I can do like a couple more like little dirt roads just popping off of that. Because they have little maintenance comparatively. It's like a little link road here. Yes. Sort of like for electricity. Getting really close on demand on electricity there as well, so turn on the other turbine. New building. High school already? Probably not. Already getting electricity problems. Glad I caught that. $400 eligible. I think eventually I want a high school here, so I'll look to build that out in a little bit. I'm just gonna let the money creep up and just chill. Now another grid for get it built. Get that city built. No effing around. I'll tell you what. I'm up for that. Maybe I'll just do another little couple of grids down here. Question is type of road. I want to keep it sort of like fairly chill. It's into a cool little commercial district and then ping some resi on there. Piss off. That's just annoying. Do you know what? I'm going to future-proof that line. There you go, bosh. Ugh, I need to turn DPI down on my mouse. Do you know how to do that? And perhaps I do like another boulevard off of here. then put in that high school that people want. No, don't 6 cell. That's obscene. Nope. Nope. That's better. Lots of wasted space. No, mate. I'm going to build them out and do things with them as time goes on, because eventually I want to get the density up. I'm sort of trying to get a nice bit of sparseness so I can, like, throw in some cool trees and make it look good. I'm not trying to, like, make this area, like, massive. Kind of my plan, I've unlocked the 25 tile rule. So, like, sort of start something a bit smaller and, like, open, like, small sleepy town, and then across the road here, like, airport, metropolis, something cool by this, like, lake looking thing or crater looking thing. um and then, yeah, maybe something up here on this cool little beach for people to live eventually. So I'm trying to think a little bit smaller, a little bit more sparse initially, and then see what comes of it. Right, education, high school. I'll throw that, yeah, just there will do. And we've got loads and loads of residential demands, so let's just allow this all to build up. People are near where they need to be in terms of education. Sort out the pipe work. Bosh. Are we starting to have issues? I'll tell you one thing I want to start dealing with is if we can do taxation. Tax raises. Oh, okay, I need to get to something else. What else have we got? Parks and rec, schools out. Water usage. It's definitely a different screen. Economy, maybe. Yes. Right, if I do electricity, if I ping that up to 120%, that means that we're going to produce a little bit more electricity. And maybe I can... To be honest, everything else is going pretty well. Like, I haven't really... Oh, it doesn't even matter about the budget because there's no parks and rec. Bring policing down to 90. Bring fire down to 70. Healthcare can come down to 90. Garbage to 80. Pretty sure we're pumping well, so let's bring that down to 85, and that will hopefully do a little bit of an offset for the electricity. Bosh, let's see how that goes. See how long it is until there's complaints that something isn't working. So we've got a worker issue here, apparently. That's what that means, isn't it? Lacking workers. Oh, 2,600. Yeah, it's a real mix. Like, I'm trying to kind of get a real nice blend between a rural type city and a dense city. Like, I want to start rural and sparse, but then build a bigger city, something that's a bit more gargantuan and imposing and perhaps more impressive in different ways. But ultimately, I want to try and sort of build this into like a nice sort of rural community town vibe as opposed to this big domineering city. So when we've just got access to transport and buses, which is cool, I don't think we need that at this precise moment in time, but maybe you would argue that a bus service just bringing us down into the industry could be quite nice. We've got really good demand for what you call it, residential, commercial, and a little bit of industry still. So I would quite like to create another commercial zone of some description. It's a job to know where. Like, maybe I just bring this across and make it a little bit more dense. But But yeah, like Xanth Hippos was saying, or Xanth Hippo, however you pronounce your name, I must apologise. Um, said earlier, not too many intersections. So maybe I'll do a smaller intersection off this road, just create like sort of an L shape. Then we have like a cool little shopping district that can build up. I'll put pavements in, or sidewalks as you'd call them in the US, and I do something like this. Okay, that's upset a few people. Sorry. But then I can just zone out this commercial a little bit. So we do have a slightly denser area for where the shops are, but I think that will serve the city well, and we've got the convenience, and eventually, because we've got the school here, it would be nice to have some kind, yeah, some shopping, and I'm just trying to think how to, excuse me, had a burp, um, how to build this out. I'm thinking of maybe coming down diagonal and sort of preserving this area in the top right, because I actually think that looks quite cool at the moment as it is. And then we can commit deforestation down in the southwest. Um, but that's a little while off. Okay, we've got starting to get complaints about the rubbish piling up, so I can easily resolve that with some economy changes. Just bring garbage disposal back up to 100%, and hopefully that resolves things. Please go away. I've put the budget up. Was that a slight water complaint? Oh no, there's people moving in. My apologies. Oh, that's good. So we are just coming up to the hour mark now as well, and we've nearly got 2,900 people within the population, and a start to Jiffshire Bay. It's small. Oh, we've had our first death. Oh, well, that marks the occasion, doesn't it? That's, I guess that's a sign of things to come. It is one thing that is guaranteed in life, inevitable. Um, so, see what you're saying. In my opinion, it's better to go for the longer edge and spread both ways. Walking paths. Yeah, that's a good way of doing things. Like with the walking paths, basically from like district to district, as it were. Like keeping it nice and small. Like encouraging people to walk rather than drive. And there's a second. That probably means actually that I need a crematorium or a graveyard of some description. So elder care. When does the 16,000 for a crem? Okay. Well, looks like we've had our hands forced. Rest in peace to these guys. Maybe just put the crematorium just in here, and we can make some kind of like memorial around it in some parks, perhaps. But let that just do its thing. And I mean, a lot of people in the UK would complain about planning permission on that crematorium, but that seems to have made everybody really happy. I guess the build-up of dead bodies in Jiffshire Bay is, yeah, that needs to be resolved, which it has been. Still having issues with rubbish as well, which is not good. It's 15 trucks. 27% full already. Goodness gracious me. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna pop a little bit more funding into waste removal, because I don't really want another landfill this early in the game. Not interested. Also, as well, guys, if if you're enjoying the stream, please feel free to drop us a like and a follow. It really, really goes a long way. I'm only a small streamer. I haven't been doing it for very long. I want to create more sort of content as we go. And if you do enjoy what you're seeing and what you're hearing, then please do that thumbs up. But please don't feel inclined. So yeah, we just appreciate people just being on board, having a chat this evening. Good rules to keeping 20 cells apart. Okay, cool. I'll bear that in mind. 20 cells, alright. Biggest city I've ever made. I think it was the maximum that you could have on this particular game, which is the remastered version on the Xbox, which I believe was close to 250,000 or 200,000, whatever it capped out at. I basically got there every single time. Um, Obviously, I'm focusing on building a new city today, letting it roll, letting everything develop as I want it to, and I will basically boot up that other save at some point, which I still believe is on hard drive, and I'll show you around that particular city. But I believe that was my first or my second, and they're both of similar kind of size, not as well thought out as I would have liked. But like I said, I've played a lot of these kind of city planner games over the years. But City Skylines is absolutely brilliant, and I'm really jazzed about City Skylines 2 coming out in due course. To be honest, I'd love to just get a PC and have it done. Um, and yeah, I'm not playing PlayStation, I'm playing Xbox. And yeah, I believe on console it's capped, and I would imagine that is to do with, what do you call it? Limitations of the device, shall we say. Doesn't quite have the bandwidth of a proper PC. I believe you need quite a bit of RAM and CPU power to get this really humming along when you've got an absolutely gargantuan city. Yeah, it's all humming along nicely. We've still got residential needs. These houses are upgrading slowly but surely. But again, I want to let the money hum in a little bit and get people just doing their thing. What have we got access to? Where's the Forza content, Lucas? It's not here, mate. It's not here yet. I got inspired by some YouTube videos earlier, and I felt it sort of necessary to get onto the old Twitch and start, you know, streaming a little bit of City Skylines. Keep it nice and easy and chilled. But yeah, maybe do some Forza later on. I'd be keen for that. Yeah, there's no mods either, Xanth, which is a shame. Again, another reason for wanting to grab the PC, right, and getting a proper one, but it does cost an awful lot of money at the end of the day. Elder care. But it'll make people live longer, which probably can't be a bad thing, but it's going to cost a lot in terms of the subsidies. What are they called? Monuments? Old out clock. Why on earth would you spend money on that? The London Eye. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna stick to zoning, I believe. Yeah, I'll be keen for a few laps, Lucas. Do a bit of a sort of multi-game stream. Yeah, I'll probably stop this stream and like continue this series, as it were, because I would quite like to play a little bit of City Skylines. I find it thoroughly enjoyable, so relaxing. So how am I going to deal with this? Maybe I just hook up. Let the banditry commence. Yes, sir. Right, so I'm going to go on to slightly smaller roads, so medium roads now. Oh no, perhaps not. Go on to smaller roads. Yes, yes. Much better. Get it zoned. Don't know why the zoning has gone all skew with there, but I'm just going to turn a blind eye to that. Put in a little bit more commercial, and then a nice bit of res, just in and around that. Keep it nice and easy, and then we'll pipe it off. Just keep it nice and simple. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, to be fair, I always used to be a PC gamer, but especially the past, what, decade or so, perhaps longer, I've oh goodness gracious, you've got a fire going on here. I've really appreciated what the consoles are providing. This is the Series X. I've got the Elgato HD 60X hooked up to it, so there's no compromise on quality, and you're able to stream and whatnot. And to be fair, even if I had a PC, I'd probably still use this capture card. It is very, very good. But yeah, you know, this is a poor man's PC, really, and I wouldn't even say it's necessarily cheap, but it is what it is. So I've got a little bit more demand again for industry. So what should we do here? I think maybe I build. Do I leave that for a dock eventually and do something wicked? Bring that out there, maybe. I don't know. But for the time being, I'll bring this out to here. Whoosh. Again, I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself and building too fast, but it always feels like the way to go to when you need to be growing your city. So we've got a nice little grid going on there, anyways. Yeah, take it easy, Lucas. I'll catch you on the flip side. See you in about half an hour to an hour. That's all building up nice. Oh, we've got electricity issues. So actually, I can correct that with a budget. So consumption is 62, production is 60. No, sorry, 64 consumption and 62, I believe. Yeah, so I'm eating up 2 more than I'm actually producing. So I go to budgeting. I go to electricity. We're doing 120. If I just whack that up to 150, that should cure our electricity issues briefly. But ultimately, I am going to have to find another source. I can't believe this is... Power output's 50 now. I'm hoping that does a little bit more of a job. Was it 38 when I bought it? And then I've extended with these, so... Well, still only within 3 megawatts. Yeah, it's the restrictions on creators is not particularly great. But you know, if you're just playing for a bit of fun and you know, you understand the limitations of the console, then you know it's you don't get too upset by it. But I must admit, when I'm watching PC creators out there and they're able to really, really manipulate things and make a city look so beautiful, it's hard to, you know, not have your eye turn or, you know, sort of head turn a little bit by that. But I'm trying to stay strong with the console. I can't really afford a really, really snazzy PC right now, but I've got the streaming setup in place. It's just a case of getting the equipment eventually, but hopefully we can entertain you with this more base spec City Skylines, the remastered version on Xbox, and we can create a city that's is potentially quite cool. But yeah, still early days, as you well know. I've already got water problems. Let's go budget, water. Okay, let's pop that back up to 100%. Job done. In fact, I saw a big fire. I should probably put the firefighting budget back up to 90 and just swallow that expense because we are making money. Okay, I sorted out the water problems. Yeah, do you know what? I'm actually quite liking how the industrial looks already, which I didn't think I would, but it's actually not too bad. I could maybe put another cell on here. But this is built up perfectly, just as I wanted it to look, really. There's still a big demand for industry. Let that fill out a little bit better. Had to evict a few people, but means that more factories go in. Oh, although it looks like there's an issue on that side, which... Oh no, perhaps not. I was about to say, that is no bueno. But that's building up well. Again, it would be quite cool to... What sort of density builders? So that's still... When's that unlocked until? It doesn't tell me. Never mind. I've got to press pause for that, hippos. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, because it would be quite cool to do that. Sort of like almost in like a LAN format. It makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I remember those days. I used to love those days when you used to like back. Shows how long ago it was. We used to all get your Nintendo 64s or your PlayStation 1s or 2s. You used to connect them all up via Ethernet cable, if memory serves correct, and you could have big LAN games, and that was just so much fun. So yeah, I need to have a think here about what to do. So I want to go... Do you know what? I'm going to go with that idea. I want to go smaller. What's this? Oh, bus lanes. Not really fussed about bus lanes, to be frank. Now, a four-sail road could be cool coming out of this area, but actually I want to keep this big and... Do I want sidewalks or normal road? Let's go normal. Poor man's PC. It's also a prisoner's PC. Yeah, you can't upgrade it. That is the biggest issue. I always find with you know what, I want to curve that a little bit. With consoles in particular, they have a really good like sort of shelf life per se. So you know you'll get, I don't know, let's say 10 years out of a console this day and age. Which, you know, without... Basically, I've always found that the games get better and they're able to utilise the initial graphics cards that are put in, which the earlier games weren't able to attain, if you catch my drift. So this is... I'm trying to create something cool here. I don't know whether it's going to work out, but we'll see. You're making new console you need to... Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, absolutely. I bought the Series X quite soon after it was it came out. Is that off kilter there? Do I care enough? Oh, it is annoying. Give me a refund. That is rather annoying. Unless I can do some beautiful curve round the back instead. It makes it different. Yeah, the whole not getting new games anymore is sacrilege. Weirdly, I saw someone playing, I believe it was Gears of War 3 online recently. Like, what an absolute throwback from the Xbox era. So I'm going to do another little... That's going to be a nasty intersection, but I'm hoping this is all quiet and sleepy to a degree. Again, we need residential. Extend that round all of these, and that will have a nice view onto there. Couple of commercials. And again, we'll continue that theme all around on this corner. So this is a complete commercial district. And then we'll go resi, 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 Yeah, just fill that in. I'm breaking my own rules at the beginning of the stream about not getting too carried away, but you know, if you're going to build a district, you've got to get it done, right? Okay, let's just bring that down a touch. Just hook it into there. Job done. So yeah, this is, I mean, that makes it look a bit more interesting. I mean, apparently we've got issues with electricity already? Or is, oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Do you know what? Get a wind turbine in there. So I can hook on water required. Yes, I know. Oh, it needs to be in the water. Understood. Okay. And then what we can do as well, we can delete these pylons round the back. Completely unnecessary. Hopefully I can get this to zone out properly. Zones. Yeah, all these buildings are screwed because of that. Oops. D-zone. So it's going to upset some people. That needs D-zoning. They basically all evicted overnight. Sorry! And we can have proper blocks in there. Let them build up properly. Job done. The 6 road intersection. What, this bit? Well, I do like another like bit that's like flowing out here. We'd like turn it into like a kind of spidery looking area, perhaps. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. So I mean, you know, 6 won't hurt at this point, right? Like, I mean, why not 7? Maybe a little bit excessive, but I'm kind of my thought process with this area. It's kind of going to be the end. An 8 true spider. I mean, it's a job to know what I'll create with it. But I'm quite up for the challenge. I won't lie. 1, 2, 3. So it's 5 at the moment. Yeah, I think anything beyond 8 is taking the biscuit a little bit, right? So let's pause it. Ooh, space already occupied. Didn't like that. My goodness, this might actually work. It's gonna look awful, but actually we're gonna make this into a thing. Why not? With a little bit of curve as well, a little bit like that other arm, so it's a little bit of a spider. There we go. Why not? Why not? And then we'll make that zoned so it's like a little bit more chill along there, I guess. How do you think that looks? Do you rate it? I don't even need to put any pipes in. Yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've only got 7. Can we call that 8? Because I actually think that looks half decent. I'm not even sure whether I can get an 8th road off of there, even if I wanted to. It almost needs a roundabout. Oh, the only way I can get it to snap on is by creating another junction. We're going to call it the seven-legged spider because I'm just... Whilst it isn't quite arachnid, it's as many junctions as I can throw off of here. Goodness gracious, that needs a roundabout really badly. What monstrosity have I been persuaded into building? I say monstrosity loosely because it's actually kind of fun. It makes it different. And actually, what I could do is I can eventually bring these out and then we do a hookup from A to B. And that's going to look quite cool. I think we can work with that. Have I got access to highways yet? Best bloody believe it. They cost a lot of money. So I've got 125 in the bank. The thing is though, I really, really want to like get this highway in and just turn this into this city into an absolute beast. Boom. Oh, I see. So I could do it at 45 degrees. Even though I could do it, I actually really, really quite like how this works. The only way I can make that work is if... do you know what? Do you know what? I can make it work and it isn't the end of the world. Just changes the way it looks a bit. But I think like you said, if I do... Oh ho ho! There's the 8th leg. There it is. I'm just going to zone that a little bit more chilled out. Actually works. Those blues out. Let's keep that a little bit more sporadic. And then that's eventually going to hook up onto this highway, which is on the road to nowhere at the moment. But it would be quite cool to just get one of these larger boulevards just off of it somehow. Maybe we just do like off ramps and actually make it legit. I hate it when they come off like that. No. No. Maybe we just come off there. And then we go back on here. Why is that curving that way? That's infuriating. So that's going to work. And what we can do is large roads. Why not hook that up? That doesn't make sense what I've just done there, but just delete that. Okay, that sort of works. That needs to be one way, doesn't it? Yeah, that needs to be one way boulevard. Or it just needs to there just needs to be a continuation of slip road. Yeah, I think that works. It's crematorium, as you could call it, the highway to hell. So basically you've got to come in that way. Do I need to have a linked road that comes across? Perhaps not, because there is that link at the moment. Well, people are using it almost immediately, so can't be too bad. I mean, maybe put the crematorium down here. Have I got... The crematorium's way off, isn't it, actually? Come to mention it. Child Health Centre. That could be a decent upgrade soon. I've got quite a bit of money in the bank now. Bus service would also be quite cool. Tennis courts. Yeah. Why don't we just somehow make this spider work a bit better? Tennis court here. And then we'll put a basketball court right in that corner. There you go. It's the first set of like sporty things. It's just up the road from the high school as well, so I've given that some thought. Again, I will work on this area more, but everybody that's watching the stream right now, like, you can thank Hippos for the spider creation. Got well out of hand. It started kind of as a triangle, but I actually really quite like how that looks. That's all right, that. I am going to be taking a small break shortly. Probably need about 10-15 minutes. Just need a bite to eat and use the toilet and whatnot. But I'll let you know when that happens, or before I intend for that to happen. And yeah, I can, fingers crossed, start buying a few cool things. Oh, decorative parking lot. Do you mean decorative? Does that mean it doesn't work? I mean, covers the entirety of that. Okay. Parking lot's new. I'm sure I didn't need it. If it doesn't get too busy. Fingers crossed. That looks horrible on that elevation, but it is what it is. But, I mean, we've got a lot of industrial, so you'd like to think that people are going to want to park, but perhaps not. Just for lower maintenance costs and the fact that it isn't going to get used as much, I'm just going to do literally from there down. Just populate that with a little bit more industry. Try and keep these segmented off if I can. Those need resolving. Those desperately need resolving. Let's get the bulldozer out. And then we can go to D zone. Bosh. Hopefully that works. Oh, no. This is not good. Right, that's hooked everything up. It looks horrible at the moment. There we go, got access. That world famous TV show. I'm not even familiar with it, to be honest. What's that all about? Without giving it away, if that makes sense. It is worth looking into. this just a plumbing issue? Yes. That's sort of becoming its own thing now. It's kind of good. That I don't like. That looks absolutely awful. I've got an idea. Rather having this horrible set on and off ramps, we can go into highways and we can just find. I've done this in the past, and sometimes it works better than on and off ramps. Oh, come on. Yeah, and then hooks that. There you go, and then that all hooks up as one thing. It's still not pretty, but hopefully that will resolve some of the issues that we're having here. There seems to be a lot of queuing up here already. It's called American Politics. I believe it's getting quite spicy at the moment. Okay, well, I'll take a look at it at some point. That I am really not that happy with. I mean, it will be functional. It's getting people in and out without having to use these rural roads, perhaps, but oh goodness. Sure, I can tidy that up with trees eventually. I like to get the city working before I start focusing on these things. Still a massive want for industrial. Current Game of Thrones current age. Alright, sound. I'll give it a watch. Why can't I get this to curve? Whatever. No specialisation. Right, that should build up the industry nice. There you go. Just let that hum along for a second, I think. See what's going on. Just need to sort out the budget for this. Hang on a second. What do I need? Let me just back up into that. Budget. Oh, okay. Well, I actually just need to upgrade my electricity at this point. What options do we have? Still more coal. Is it? Can I upgrade the power plant? You cannot. Coal stored for 7 weeks. Let's get advanced wind turbine. 20 megawatts of production. I mean, takes us... Gives us a little bit, doesn't it? 19 yeah, let's keep this this wind farm going. And to be frank, I want to probably get rid of these eventually because they're pony. But yeah, what should I do next, guys? I'm like, again, I'm trying to let the what you call it, the city end up like sort of growing and bolster up. Yeah, I'm trying to not like sort of overdo it too soon and build this city too big. I want to like think about the next tiles that I'm going to be taking, like the kind of the layout I want. Like I started this stream nearly an hour and 30 odd minutes ago, with the intention of trying to keep it slow, and I think I've upheld that promise as best as I possibly can do. Got a cool industrial area, sort of like on the southwest of the city. We got the original sort of commercial and residential area up in the northwest, and then northeast we've got the spider, and we got someone requesting that I make a pentagon now. So, I mean, maybe we make a pentagon sort of in this just nondescript space, I guess, on what I guess you class as the east side of the highway that we're putting in. As we could make a pentagon. I feel like I'm getting wound up to a degree in terms of like I'm getting egged into doing something. However, I actually think it's really important whenever you're building anything, even if it is sometimes a silly idea doing something, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad idea. And I think, you know, keeping your, I guess, the people that are watching like entertained by building things, just go along and trying to be interactive. That's part and parcel of streaming, right? That, you know, if you're too regimented with the way that you build something, then it's not always perhaps as fun to watch, shall we say? Yeah, no, you were so right. I asked and I received, and the Pentagon is that. So I'm definitely going to endeavour to do that after my break, I think. But yeah, it'd be quite cool to do like sort of pentagon shape here, and then have it sort of somehow pinging off on these highways, and then I can do a boulevard out, and then we can have a pentagon sort of in and around this area. So the question is though, what do I do with said pentagon? Like, should I make it a shopping district? Should I put more educational systems in? What would you suggest? Be interested to know. Like, again, I'm just going to keep it rolling for the time being. My population is stagnant now at 4,600, so I'm making money. It's all good, but the Pentagon residential estate might have a nice ring to it, something to do. The spider needs working out at some point. I think probably go down to this node and then section it off, and then we've got this perhaps more of a spider's web remaining. But I'm enjoying the sparseness. I'm going to fill in these gaps with other things as time goes on. Be really cool to get like a park in this bottom right hand section, and it would also be really cool to get some districts made as well. So that's something that we need to sort of start thinking about doing eventually. Um, so yeah, we'll see what's going on. Pentagon of Defense. If it's defendable, yeah, sure. Yeah, like might be a bit early in the 4,611 people that are currently in Jiffshire Bay. Do we need a full military outpost? Maybe actually. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm actually I'm quite fond or keen about the idea of doing the Pentagon. Um, whether it's something I can achieve well, we're yet to find out. But again, I'm trying to let this demand creep up, and um, like also, in terms of ugh, trash problems again. Okay, I need to deal with certain things when I get back, but I don't want to go off of this Pentagon idea. Like, so I think I'm gonna have about like a 10-minute break, and then I'll be back on. Like I said, I just need a bite to eat. Desperately need to use the toilet. Um, and yeah, hopefully you're still around whilst I'm gone. What I'll probably do in the meantime, I'm just probably just going to mute my mic. I'm just going to let the game play. Like nothing terrible is going to happen by me not pausing the game. So sometimes I like doing these speed runs on City Skylines where I want to get the fastest like um, amount of days until I get to full populations. The quicker I do it, the better. Whilst with this one, I just want it to sort of tick over a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Not shake myself for cities. Um, like hippos, have you got a channel at all, mate? Like feel free to share it if you want. Yeah, this is coming on all right. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, we are coming up to yeah, coming up to like nearly 2 hours in the stream already, which is quite unbelievable to be honest. It's been really enjoyable being back streaming. To be frank, it's been yeah 7 months minimum, I think, and a lot longer since I've actually done it properly. I'd suggest it's more like a year. So now the winter months are coming in, I want to do a little bit more streaming. I want to do a little bit more. Um, but yeah, yeah, like just ping me on Discord, hippos. I'm literally same name as I am on here, Jiffy style. Just drop us a friend request or whatever, or send us a PM. I'll be interested to see like different ideas of how to build with differing shape ideas within cities. Like it'd be pretty cool. And to be honest, if they're really good, you should be streaming as well. I see that we're starting to have issues with trash. Sorry about the key noise. One thing I need to do is I need to take the bins out whilst I'm at it. So glad I've got the auto delete on the buildings, which is really ruddy handy. So yeah, I am having landfill issues, which I'm not particularly happy about. I'm not going to leave with a landfill issue. I think that's unfair on the citizenship. So garbage. When do I get an incinerator? 7,500 people. Okay, just pop another landfill the other side. That gives us more trash trucks. That gets people about the city. But yeah, what a hellhole that is. Like, ugh. I've made sure that industry is genuinely filthy. Okay, so we've still got people. Okay, so I've left those empty. Maybe we just fill in these sections for a bit of density, and maybe here and here. See if people move in rather than making it too dense. I should allow some people to move in. But I want to do something with this this spider. I really don't know what to do with said spider, but I think maybe that I carry on this medium road all the way along. Yes. So you got a boulevard and a highway. And then I can literally just grab the road with a sidewalk, pavement, and I'll just link it like in, yeah, link it like so. I wish I could make that smaller. Tell you what, I'll just fill that hole for now. And don't want that corner really. You know what? Screw it. Let's give it a bit of density, and we'll also throw in the amenities of pipework, because that is something I often forget. We'll just put it all the way along this boulevard. And I guess to future-proof it, will just connect it to that nose. Job done. Job done. And then what we can do just to finalise this, we will just get the highways, and we'll try and get this sort of working one way or another. What am I doing? What am I doing? I want it to go off of that, right? That's better. There we go. Yes, it allows that bounce on and off, so it essentially is a massive set of slip roads. Doesn't line up as nice as I'd like it to, but I might have to live with that monstrosity. I think once I've got that populated with some trees and so on and so forth, that is going to look half decent. So trust the process. I am going to leave the game just burbling along, I think. Oh, what do I do with this? Empty building to another facility. Well, I can't really do that at this precise moment in time. Just got to let this facility fill. But this should be resolved soon, surely. We're making a bunch of money. So we've got 210,000 nearly in the bank. And I'm just going to leave the game humming along for the time being. Oh, new piece of land available. So I can go to here and then... Perfect. Okay, because eventually I want a really, really nice beach resort along here. And maybe some high rises. And also I would like to buy that to get access to the lake eventually. And I also want to buy this section down here for forestry. So this is working out really nice now. I can start considering buying these tiles off. To be fair, I'll purchase that one now. It'd be quite nice to get that. To be honest, I've got enough money to... That's as many tiles as I can own at the moment. So, bosh. There we go. We've got the amount of tiles we want. And we can start extending that highway down. And it's probably going to get to the end here. And oh, that's cool. Maybe just get the highway going. We'll take a nice little loop around here. And also as well, like I can make it go round and a massive bridge across to the other side. And we could do, I don't know, more like high density residential and then a player of some description. Nice little beach area. But yeah, you know, I'm liking the way this is shaping up, with irrespective of some of the more quirky parts of the city, like the spider. I think it's going really well. So we're at the 2-hour mark. I am going to be right back. I'm going to leave the game running in the background, I think. Is that wise? You added me on Discord. Hang on a second. Oh, my phone battery is currently, well, my phone currently doesn't have battery. I'll tell you what. I'll get that plugged in. I'll have my little 10-minute break. I'll leave the game humming away. We're gonna have this garbage problem. Let's watch all the people move out the city. But yeah, this might end up being an issue, to be fair. But not a, there's not really much I can really do. Garbage is piled up. How many trucks have I got? 17 in use. 0 of 17 in use. There's no more room. Huh. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just resolve this in a much easier way. Gosh. Okay. Got a bunch of garbage on there. And hopefully that resolves things. So, yes, I've been saying it for a while. I really, really need a wee now. So, give me 10 minutes. Let me get some food. Quickly relieve myself. And I will be back with you. I'll be 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. So, bear with me. I'll leave this on. And I'm back. Thank you so much for the patience sticking around for the stream if you have. So we're in Jiffshire Bay. I've just let that roll for a little bit whilst I took a very short break. So we're currently sat at 4,646 people. We've got a nice healthy budget now of 282,000 with an increase of 4,000 an hour. So that's really good. If you empty half, oh really? So if I empty half of the facility, then I'll be able to get use of it. So if I go to empty building to another facility, would that just start doing its thing? They'll transfer it from A to B, and then we'll have all the trucks back on the road. Is that the score here, hippos? Because that is very good. I did not know that. Build more residential zone. Okay. Well, as long as you have space. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just leave that to empty. I've got those two. I'm probably have too much landfill, if anything, at this point. But, you know, we're still making money and stuff and plenty of money in the bank. So I guess it's time for Project Pentagon, isn't it? I think we just do this with some nice roads and the sidewalk. My phone still isn't on, by the way. I've only just plugged it in. But I think if I create like a smaller pentagon, almost like a roundabout, but then perhaps even like a larger pentagon around it. My thought for this area in particular, as we're going to be building in such a way, is perhaps turning it into some nice like rural farmland, create more industry, which you don't have a lot of demand for, but create this sort of small rural area. So hang on, we're just going to snap off at 100 and let's go to the next thing. 130, we'll snap off that. And 130 here as well. And it was the next node, wasn't it, basically? And we need to somehow find the middle. Hang on. This is how you find the middle, Jiff. Create a node at 90 degrees. Yeah, I think that works. Got ourselves a nice pentagon. Yeah, it's yeah, that is precisely my Discord. Yeah. It's like a Jiffy bag, you know, like where you get like envelopes in and stuff. So I'm just wondering, how do you think I should connect up the Pentagon? I want to make it into industry. I almost don't want to bring it into this huge junction. I always want to go off of the top here and then somehow curve it into this boulevard one way or another, if that's possible. Maybe we do like a slightly larger road, like so, off of it. And then this boulevard can then serve basically everything along here. That's the one. That is the one. I like that a lot. Right. So the question is, what do we place here? We got a lot of demand for resi, so maybe we just residential all of that. And somehow, maybe it'd be cool to incorporate a farm district in the middle with a dirt road so it's a little bit less intrusive. I don't like how those pixels have come in. But, you know, say la vie. We are working with lesser than PC stuff. But yeah, even like make the pipe work sort of in line with the road, and that will serve everybody then. Their needs. Oh, we have an electricity issue. I actually didn't even consider that. Let's quickly pause briefly. Because we have just created kind of a pentagon ghetto. Could build 5-point star around it. Yeah, that could potentially work. Or maybe like some kind of, I don't know, like maybe a star within it, which, you know, we can put like a farming district into. I want to start getting into getting all the districts like sorted, bit by bit. Is that still not connected? It should be. Or is there just not enough electricity going around? Shouldn't be. Maybe I just do another main line of bloody... Yeah, I'll do this. Just to ensure that the link and the line is there. So I haven't got any electricity issues. Oh, to be fair, if I press play, it would have fixed that. But you know what? The extra line of pylons, that isn't the end of the world right now. Get people moving into this district. And I actually think like maybe, like you said, like a star of some description, maybe we can do that with less intrusive looking dirt roads, and then we just do farming district. Just from A to B, and then we do farming along all of that section. Yeah. Yeah, I can work with that. Let's go districts and district management. I'll do for now. It's not it's not a square. I actually need to rename that almost immediately, but we'll make that farming industry, and we'll ping that up in there. Let's go into the zoning, and then yeah, we'll just make the centre a square. No, the centre. I need to rename fucking Smith Square. Sorry, excuse my language. But what will we call this? I mean, it was Hippo's idea. I really appreciate the company on stream today. I made a habit out of naming districts after people that come into chat and speak, even if they don't follow or anything like that. I always like to sort of tip my hat a little bit. So obviously it's not a square. So Enter Hippo Farm. Is that overdoing it a little bit? I'd be interested to hear what your feedback is on what I should call this district, but for now, Penta Hippo? Would that work? Jiff. What's up, Lucas? Hope you're well, mate. I'm really enjoying City Skylines, mate. I won't lie to you. Do I need to increase the budget for water? To be fair, I have only got the single pump. Consumption's just over, and sewage is just over. Okay, well maybe I can just adjust the budget and hope for the best for the time being. Water, yeah, if I do that to 125%, I'll get more production, and I shouldn't have any more water issues. That's cleared that up. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So yeah, sat at nearly 5,000 people in town, which I'm quite happy about. I'm letting it grow slowly, sort of trying to get a bit of a feel for the infrastructure and what people want built. I'm quite happy with Hippo's Pentagon. Yeah, I can work with that. Hip Pentagon, that works. Hippodrome. Hip Pentagon sounds really good, to be fair. $5,000. Very good, very nice. Oil industry, tourism specialisation. It'd be good to get like a tourist area going. Old town. Okay, so I can limit traffic on that early road that I built. To be fair, like if you say the Hippentagon in perhaps more of a Dutch or a German way as Hippentagen, which I kind of like as well. So this is now Hippentagon. That was a nice ring to it. Nice input, Lucas. Nice to have another person in chat. Get districts named after you, mate, with some input. What would you like created? Like, yeah, Hippo's just, what do you call it? Basically suggested the Pentagon, or Hippentagon, as it's now aptly known. Doesn't look pretty, but it works. Need to build some high rises for you, mate. Some Eastern European high rises that live along the highway. But I haven't got access to high density yet. I'm not sure where when I get them. I think it's 10,000. So maybe we can get you a district along this boulevard at some point. We got the Spidery district as well that I created earlier, which is it's a bit silly, but why the fuck not? Still got a big demand for residential. I don't really want anything on this road, but maybe I can put something like curved in there. Could be quite nice. Yeah, exactly, mate. I need the high density. I can't be doing low density with you, Lucas. Just wouldn't be fair on anybody. Oh, I can get some trees along my boulevards now. Bicycle lanes, nah. That's quite nice. How do I make that snap in like a way that's curved? I have no idea. But that'll work for now. Just a little bit of zoning there, perhaps. So it sort of builds up that section of the city. Do I zone that boulevard as well? I probably should with the amount of demand. So let's do it. And make sure that is all connected up at the same time. Doesn't look pretty, but it's underground, so let's see what happens. Goodness gracious, this one's full now as well. I need incinerators. Do I have access now? 7,500. I've got another problem. I've just got such a garbage problem at the moment. Stop emptying that and start collecting, and that one can empty into whatever. I definitely need an incinerator. Branch out and make a cul-de-sac next to Hippentargen. Where do you think, Lucas? Like, what? Just come off of this node here and sort of like sweep round? Do you want like a little dirt road with like a few condos on it or something? So that continues this dirt road, and I can make this into more farming as well. No, but I'm trying to go small. Oh, it's giving me a curve. I'll take that. I'll do. Little cul-de-sac. Left to Hippo here. Yeah. I'm going to build this up into what do you call it? High-rise flats, but I need high density first. So yeah, I definitely agree. Along this boulevard, it'd be wicked to get some high-rise buildings along this section. Sort of make that the city centre that revolves around this highway, and yeah, doesn't overbear Hippenhagen too much. We'll definitely get the district ironed out there. In the meantime, we'll rename this to Lucas Lane. And until then, that'll end up being the main boulevard that runs outside of the highway. So yeah, nice. It happens with every city though, doesn't it? It starts out like really nice. Oh, lovely little low rises and lanes, and then someone throws up a big set of flats. Some developer that you've never met just screws up your view. But it might actually be quite cool to get a, what do you call it, a little bit more industry going on. There is a demand for it. If I go to zoning and districts, I just pull this out ever so slightly. Can then go to zoning, Industrial. Boom. Builds it up in the right kind of way then. Maybe a little bit of, yeah, why not? A little bit on the boulevard as well. Just the edge of Hippenhagen. Hopefully it isn't too horrible of an industry. Yellow cornfields are a much better sight than dirty factories. Well, that's good. Maybe just throw a little one on here as well. See whether that develops into anything. Yeah, I'm quite liking the way this is looking so far. It's certainly different. I didn't want to I didn't want to build like, you know, too many grids. I wanted to make this, you know, sort of kind of sparsely populated and kind of like farmery eventually. Um, you know, it's a necessary evil to get your general industrial set up from the start and your power plant and your landfills. You know, the dirty secret of the city. So Jiffshire Bay is it just happens to be on the bay, and look at all of that horrible sewage. But the plan is to get a nice sort of touristy beach resort going on here. Across the way, maybe some residential, like some high rises along the coast could be really cool. But yeah, down here, you know, I'm actually thinking like because there is so much woodland, is turning this into a forestry industry district. And eventually I want to go up here as well. I want to do something with this lake. I'm thinking like it could be quite cool to maybe have like, I don't know, an international airport off the side here by the main links of the motorway or the highway, wherever you're from in the world. But yeah, there's lots of things to be doing here. So I've just unlocked a hospital. And I have got things like elder care and child health care centre, and like, you know what, I actually want a lot of these key amenities along this boulevard. I want them to be able to jump on and off of the motorway. Yeah, let's put them in. Maybe a little bit more into the centre of the city though. On here, this will work. So, elder care, child health care centre. Hmm. Maybe there. Oh, Lucas, you invite me to party. Uh, Gonna have to give me a moment, sir. If you're still watching, what you got the stream. So I need to stop this one and I need to play some Forza. So I need to sort of tie up some loose ends before I log out. We've already got high school, high school capacity is good. Elementary. Okay, I need another elementary school, and maybe I do it in this district here by the child healthcare centre. That makes a lot of sense. So they're kind of up the road from each other, but that works for now. And hopefully that gets served a bit better. They've only just moved in, so they won't have high intelligence. Just the way that this game works. But yeah, I'm pleased with what I've achieved this evening. I'm coming to like 2.5 hours on the stream. Think about maybe doing a Forza stream about now, but if I'm totally honest, I'm pretty darn tired, so I'm not sure whether you need to see how bad I'm racing. But I'm just going to resolve a couple of issues with the city, but you know, just over 5,000 in the population. I think that's a reasonably good place to stop. So electricity, okay, production's still good. Sewage, oh, it's absolutely on the limit. So let's go to, go to economy. And just boost that all the way up. But ultimately, I'm going to need more water sources in order to get through the needs. We got issues with crime, which is a bit worrying. People don't like crime for obvious reasons. Oh, to be fair, police headquarters, 60 grand. We've got loads of money though. We just throw the HQ onto the boulevard, and that's going to make everyone really safe. Yeah. Boom. I'm just gonna play for a little bit longer, Lucas. I'm just coming up to 2.5 hour mark. I'm liking where it's at. Just want to see things build up a little bit. Just unlocked a hospital as well. Put that on there as well. Make sure that's good amenities. Then we're going to build along your boulevard here, Lucas. These high rise. They're going to be cool flats, mate. They're going to start off a little bit on the sketchy side, maybe. But they'll build up and be cool, and they'll just populate this boulevard. They've got great amenities. You're building a better Ferrari. Are you developing the Ferrari 250 LM, perhaps? If you are, I'm very keen to come and do a bit of a tuning session with you in a little bit. If you're hanging on, what's the time? 20 to 12. Okay. I mean, I'll hang about and I'll do some bits on City Skylines because if I'm completely frank, I'm quite locked in at the moment. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, if you're doing the GTO, okay, what is it? The 250? Okay. Yeah, I used the 250, and if I'm totally honest, I wasn't blown away by it. But the yeah, what you call it, the LM version, it's very good, very very good. Drain capacity is fine. Sewage is going to be really close, okay. Sewage as well. How does that still need connecting up? Absolute joke. Okay, we're back in. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me know what laps you're getting. What do you call it? Round Road America, Lucas, or online in general. It would be intriguing to know. Even not a cemetery. The highway to hell. Here it is. Do that on the entry. Should I? Should I? Yes. Why not? It's convenient. It's made a lot of people happy on the southeast of town. Oh, it hasn't got any power, which is a little bit of an issue, but I can sort that out pretty quick. Gosh, there you go. That's probably going to need sewage, I'd imagine. It's already got sewage. So put the pipe in underneath already. So that is sorted. Still having garbage issues. Am I just emptying stuff from A to B now? Stop emptying. That's 99% full. Oh, goodness gracious. When do I get an incinerator? 7,500. Okay. Need to sort of aim to get 7,500 people now. I really want high density residential zones. I equally don't want to overdo it in these areas, but I feel like I'm almost left with no choice but to fill some of these districts in a touch. They're probably in better, like, sort of values now. Hate to just fill stuff in, but you know what? When you've got a population, not issue. But I actually need more population to unlock things like incinerators. I need more landfills, I know. I'm tempted to, now I've got this extension, maybe bringing a new industrial site down here. How are the roads running in this area? Like, they're fairly busy, I would say, but let's snap this round the back. Just a service road. And then we can just snap a landfill site off the back. And another one behind that. Why not? Like I said, it's the dirty, horrible secret of the city. And we don't really have much demand for anything industrial. I'm kind of tempted to put a little bit of industrial in on this dirt road. I'll just do this side. I'll ensure that it's got sewage as well. And that might just get a little bit of industry in there. Yeah, a couple more landfills, there they are. Another one full. Everyone is not in a good mood about the bins right now. You know what? I'm absolutely okay with that because I know that the the dustbin lorries are on their way, and I'm liking the fact that I've gone for the dirt roads. I know they're not as efficient, but the maintenance is less. Like I said, it's the dirty area of the city. You know, eventually I might need to think about upgrading the way you get in and out, but I'm happy with a highway in and out here. Then, you know, it's all linked up quite nicely. Probably need to bring a boulevard out and across to actually link these up eventually. But yeah, I just don't want to like I said, I don't want to overdo it too quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I know. These guys are near a highway, so... I mean... they'll get used to it. It's farmers' country. Or maybe I changed the zoning somehow. It's asking for new residential. I'm just debating on where to put it. Maybe I can get a boulevard off of here that serves this side of the city. Probably pop it in here and bring it down and then just link it. And then I can just build stuff along there. Large roads. We'll try and make it pretty if we can. 6-lane road with median trees. Yeah. What do you mean space already occupied? Oh. So it is. It's not perfect, but we're in an imperfect world. Just have the boulevard just ping to there, halfway along, and it's yeah, I like that. And we'll just line that with a bit of residential. Yeah, halfway, and then we'll put in some commercial zones along that boulevard as well. So it tracks in some kind of business. It gives you a reason to come out to this part of the map. Sort of thinking here. Yeah, build more houses, solve the worker issue. I think that is the answer, isn't it? Just try and build up those areas. Starting to have electricity issues again. That is not a good sign, so let's see. Yep, production is 3 beneath what we actually require. Put the taxes up a tad. I reckon 11% on that. 11. Ooh, electricity is all the way up. Okay, I need to actually think about like I've got some money, so I can actually do like a proper like energy source at this point, surely. What have we got available? Oil power plant. Maybe we just stay with the hydros. Just have, yeah, a handful in a row. Job done. Excuse me. So close to getting an incinerator. I really need to get rid of this rubbish. Killed the birds and the whales. Oh, the noise. Is that better? Or should I turn the music down as well? Need to hook this up, I think. Then bring another road in. Yeah, I think that's actually the way. Just to break up this highway so it isn't completely silly. Oh, you're referring to the windmills. That makes more sense. Making that sort of like a little decorative thing. Hopefully that will enable people to get around a little bit easier. That's the hope. It might eventually be a problem. Probably is becoming a problem. But if I made that the... Hang on. Make this really simple. If I click on said road, make that a priority road, and same with Evergreen Highway, make that a priority road. Probably almost goes without saying. Can you remove traffic lights? I'm not sure how, if I can. I've got a feeling I don't have traffic management, which is problematic. There's loads of people coming to the city. I mean, it is starting to get quite busy. I mean, maybe one thing that I've got to start considering is putting in like some kind of transportation. This is like bustling through here. You have a few people going down little dirt roads. This is weirdly busy. I mean, I could do like a little square of industry. Is there a demand? There is. Tell you what. Let's just make. Doesn't need to be pretty. Don't want it to snap there. Maybe we can make that work. Just a job to know what to do next. That's nearly empty. Nearly at incinerator territory. Just nearly. 7.5, I believe. But yeah, I'm liking how this is looking so far. It's odd. It's a bit weird. Sort of, yeah, just kind of winged it again a little bit. It's like a little bit off. But yeah, it's like a little bit different about it. Spider, you got the pentagon or the hepentagon. Got this boulevard here as well, which I'm really liking how that's turned out. All of the trees lining it, so that's pretty cool. I know people like a lot of detailing and stuff, and I don't tend to get involved with that as much as I would like. But again, I've been watching a few YouTubers that do detail, and I think, you know, putting some trees in here would make it look, you know, a little bit more reasonable. To be fair, give me some oak trees. Oh, they're tiny. What? Oh, hang on. Turn the size up. This shows how much I detail. There's 7,500. Does that mean I've got an incinerator? Sure it does. Well, prison as well. Right. Landscaping. Trees. Big. What is going on? I don't understand. Let's just forget about that glitch on the game for a second. And just... I want to detail these. I can't detail them. Got some traffic jams occurring down here. Oh, we've also got pumping issues. Hang on. Oh, that'd probably be why. Bosh, done. No more complaints. But yeah, I need to sort this out. Oh, that hasn't... Oh, they're going to move out. Oh, really? It's messy underground. But it works. That's all that matters. The elementary school is on fire. Well, I mean, that's actually not good. Oh yeah, okay. And you probably need a fire station on this boulevard, don't I? Yeah. That's a shame. Just can't throw it in on there. Although, if I put it here on the corner, has very nice coverage of the city. Yeah, I'll put it there. We got a lot of good amenities along there then. If only you could remove traffic light and it's fixed. Let me just have a look. See if I can play around with Scott Avenue. Toggle traffic routes. I have no idea. But that is the problem. Type of road that it's going from and into maybe doesn't help. Perhaps. Because they're doing this stupid thing here. I feel like I should be able to do like better traffic light management. Same with this. These seem to be working nice though. I remember these working better than on and off ramps. And yeah, they've prevailed in this particular build. One thing that hasn't prevailed though is garbage trucks. Now, is it because they're all full? It is because they're bloody full, isn't it? They're just moving it to somewhere else. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm certain that at this point I've now got incinerators. Have I not? I do. I do. Thank goodness. And I'm going to build 2 of those because I want to get through them. I do not care whether you industrial areas are upset by the incinerators being installed up the road where you can put your waste that you eventually make. So let's have it right. And yeah, to be honest, we should probably get this dirt road running a little bit. Yeah, sort of less traffic flow. When operating the traffic panel, hang on. traffic. This is what I've got. Oh, we've now got high density stuff. Oh, that's cool. Man, look at the traffic trying to get out of here. What is going on? Is that all bin lorries? It's bin lorries. What is going on in City Skylines today? To be fair, I'm glad to see it. There's a lot of garbage issues in and around the city, but we've also got a lot of traffic issues, which is a little bit concerning. I could probably cut this off somewhere or another and just put a bridge to allow this over. Do you know what? That's the answer, because this is unacceptable. Oops. Highways. Large road. Just a bit high. Delete that section. Hasn't quite worked out as neat and tidy as I would like. However, it's up and over. Oh. Don't know what I've done there with the tiles, but it's still the same amount of lanes. But you know, I'm not going to argue with it. It is something different. Should be a magnifying glass. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Firehouse the other side. Mixture of reviews. So yeah, along this side I have info, views, economy, areas, city info, radio, policies, milestones, and then transport routes. Don't know whether any of that applies. I know that I can get info views and I can find out about traffic by clicking this legend. That shows me where it all builds up. Looks like that's resolved it, by the way, that bridge, which is good. I'm pleased about that. And these guys can then go, oh yeah, get up and over and access. That's a much better possible on console. Select the magnifying glass tool. Hold the alternate tool button. Do you mean the eyedropper? You mean this? No. The magnifying glass tool. Might be on zones. Okay. That's. Okay, maybe not that. This is zones. This one. Inspect districts. That one. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I'm going to build a bit of a boulevard that goes across the city now. Time to get the infrastructure right early doors. Oh yeah. That's not going to be possible because of them. Maybe we need to rethink this. Maybe delete that and then I can go across here. Yeah, that's more reasonable, I think. Yeah, that's better. Let's cut that boulevard over to there. Ooh, what is that done? It's not ideal. Just ping it over. Yeah, why not? And then what I can do here as well, I can... Oh, we've got high density zone, so... Do a couple of high rises here maybe. And then you can put Do I want a big building there? Yeah, why not? And then this needs to be different. Maybe high density commercial, just to mix things up a little bit. Maybe I am getting carried away. 7,800 people now in the city. I feel like everything's gone really well this evening though. Like, yeah, 3 and a bit hours into the stream. Getting everything connected up. Just let it build. I just think that allows this to link that a little bit better. And actually, that isn't needed. Yeah, that's nice. Is parking or gridlocked? Gridlocked, basically. Let me just put that in. What a busy bit of road already. Interesting. That I don't like all that much. But you need to be able to access across straight away. Otherwise you're in deep doodahs. These guys are just getting about. Busy on this junction, but there is a lot going on. Can cope with that for now. Not many cars coming all the way out here. That is a big junction. It'd be interesting to get that hooked up eventually. Underground metro station available. Be interesting to see what. I don't feel like I've lost my way, but I feel like I've got carried away. But that needed to happen, the crossover, rather than this. I think, you know, people get on and off, or in and around. It should be fine. Oh, why are we having... Hang on. We're having, like, stupid pipe issues. We are. Genuinely stupid pipe issues. Sorry. Right, connect up those nodes. Job done. Yeah. As long as it's on topic, yeah. Post the link. To be fair, this little jobby, we can have an on and off ramp. I think that'd actually be quite suitable for here. Allow people to get. I wonder whether that gets used. Constantly turn off traffic lights. Okay, nice one. It's looking really cool. Bit spidery in places, but that's going to get used. That's good. Bit almost like from one of these nodes, and maybe I'll just leave that as is. Is there any place that we can make the turfs a little bit more bearable? I mean, to be fair, there's nothing stopping me doing off ramps, long ramps from here. Maybe just this side because it's open. See whether it works. No, we'll just leave it for now. To be fair, maybe keeping that like rural and then just we'll put Boulevard in. Drums. Come on. Why is that not snapping? Okay, well, sort of wants to connect now. That works. That works. I don't want this to be forestry. We got, yeah. Districts. Forestry. And then we'll start getting out zoning tool. So industry. What's that node? Okay, that resolves that problem. Hopefully that builds up. We've got a little forestry area going. A little bit of an opulent boulevard, but hey, what can we do? I essentially just want to build along this boulevard and go from there. Oh my goodness, I've just noticed the time. It is 12:30. I've got work tomorrow. I'll look to sort of tie this up fairly soon then. We're approaching 10,000 people. This is the issue with this game. I remember it reminds me of why I uninstalled it. So I was playing it too much and it just absolutely takes over. But thanks to the people that hung around today and watched this initial build. Has it got out of hand, Jiffshire Bay? Or are we on track for a nice city? I'm kind of liking how it's coming together. I mean, it's different. It's not the usual way I would design a city or whatever. But I mean, the basics were there. I just wanted it to look differently. But this big highway coming through the middle is, yeah, that's good. And I've got the 3 bridges going over the top to allow for a bit of traffic flow. Yeah, everything's good. Everything is rolling around the city really quite nicely. We've got incinerators. Oh, this one empty, is it? Get back to work. And you can empty these, I guess. probably need another incinerator. Just find it's just a good way of just doshing off loads and loads of stuff. I know I should do recycling, but I haven't got the option at the moment. Crematory is 16,000. Everything is generally quite good though. Got access to a uni already. Maybe we just put the university down in these Burby Heights. Right on the junction. Yeah, why the hell not? Why the hell not? And a public library that needs to be accessible and like maybe in the old town, like somewhere where you wouldn't perhaps think it should be. Maybe I'll just stick it next to the original cemetery. Why not? Get people educated. Maybe I want like a little bit more woodland industry here on the other side. And then, I don't know, I kind of want like something for a university campus. Maybe. It's like a big downtown area around the university. Keen to see how that turns out. Everything's 10. Should give a nice balance. 10,000. Well, did not expect that. Small business enthusiast, big business benefactor, industrial space planning, high tech housing, high rise ban. Hmm. And we've. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Train station's good as well. It's one thing that I saw someone implement, and they did it really, really late into their build. I'm just thinking, like, if I can keep this simple in a roundabout way, wouldn't mind maybe having like a central station, like in here, I would suggest, and then link it round into other parts. So I can link it round here. This is the what you call it, the farming district. Just link it round there and up and over, and then link it down. Yeah, this could work really, really nicely before that's all built up. However, I think that's as good a place as any to finish. It's 20 to 1 in the morning in the UK. I really, really like to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. It's been well over a year since I last streamed properly, so it's nice to sort of like get back into it, like play a little bit of City Skylines, where I kind of done most of my streaming. It's something I like to sort of like narrate along with and interact with people that are following along the build of the city. But anyways, I think, to conclude, I'm really happy with the fact that I stuck to my guns with with making this highway through the centre initially, like straight off the rip, straight off of that spaghetti junction. And I do need to correct some of this, I think, but the traffic seems to be working really, really nicely. There is roadside parking as well, which is actually a surprise. And then you get onto the highway once you're over that intersection, and these bits seem to be flowing quite decently. I've got a couple of little on and off ramps here and there. I've done a big bridge as well in this section because it just seemed necessary to make this all work in a reasonably cohesive way. I've just installed Shepherd Heights. It's all lumber, and it's in a really, really high density area for trees. So did that. Another bridge, just stuck in a high density area for residential, and same with some of the rest of this boulevard along here. I kind of want to get this section really dense, and I want that train station in here. However, I need to stick in the train station before it gets really dense. So I should try not to get ahead of myself. So I think train station in here, roll it round the top, and buy this square as well, and just roll it round the top. Get it over onto this section of the island, maybe put some residential here. And then we can get this. I don't want to ruin this area of outstanding natural beauty, dare I call it. But it'll be nice to get it either carving through there whilst retaining the rocks, or getting round there one way or another. But I'm really glad I've done that with the highway. There's a lot of bad things going on there with the waste coming from the industrial area and the way I've just built the city in general. And one thing you always got to bear in mind when you do log in and start building your first city, or a city in general, is watch where the water flow is going. Mine's going from north to south, so naturally you want to put the water treatment or water pumps here and the sewage pumps at the other end. Otherwise, you're pretty golden. But just these are nasty little bit. Like, what a lovely bay that used to be before Jiffshire Bay started establishing itself as a settlement over here. But as I've rightly said, I've bought this square here, so we're gonna get some nice stuff going on along the seafront or riverfront. and we'll get another thing going on here. Maybe I buy this square here. Is this possible? How do I buy squares again? I've forgotten. Areas? Okay. So if I can buy that spaghetti junction, I'm in business. I'm going to make sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can take advantage of that entire infrastructure. Most of it's suitable for building. And I can take advantage. Oh. No, I haven't got any more available. But I've got that next. So I can build up into that area and I can make that pretty cool. Make that really, really like high density. I don't know. I'll be able to make something of that infrastructure, I'm sure. One thing I do want to do is something over here. Do I have time for that before bed? Do I want to be taking on that challenge? Sort of. There's a lot of traffic going to and from. I almost want to make... These regional roads are very helpful, but also very frustrating to know how to get on and off of them. Unless I just join the Spaghetti Junction, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to come off here. That doesn't look great, does it? There's a large road here. I want to retain those rocks. Has that got everything about it? One day I want to be able to stretch it all the way over. Mix it all up. Yeah, that works. I like that a lot. It's big, but it just links everything. And one thing I just need to bear in mind is I would like to get some stuff going on up here. started building that up already. I couldn't help myself. 11,000 people now. I do need to think about getting this serviced, like properly. But I've got the Boulevard going all the way over. Like the amount I've achieved, I think this evening. It's quite staggering, really. Like what you can do in, well, to be fair, it is like 3 hours 39 minutes now. Been quite a stream. Um, really, really, really been an absolute, yeah, haul. Really, got to be very, very happy with that. Oh, by the way, I didn't see Xanth Hippos. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, we can check in over the upcoming days and weeks with Jiffshire Bay. Very, very early, humble beginnings right now. But yeah, really enjoyed it tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. And yeah, until next time, guys, take it easy. Bye.